welcome in everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for Paint Club. I'm joined as ever by the fantastic TheCornishKnight.
Hello.
I currently have his camera up and no others. And also, we don't have the labels because I still haven't set this up properly. I will do it one day. One day. All right. Have your adverts finished?
Almost. No, still got a minute 30.
Okay.
I'll tell people
what I'm painting then. If I've decided, and I'm going to be doing more from the combat patrol, or the low tar cock. Yeah.
Oh, you tries to combat patrol backwards.
Yes, because that's apparently what my camera is displaying. There you go. Can I?
I was worried. I thought I was going to have to somehow get a hold of Mrs. Bula. I think Bula's having a stroke. Help.
Oh man, no, she's out today, so I've got freedom. Indeed.
Yeah, Braveheart.
So I've painted 3 models from this combat patrol so far. I've done the ghost kill, which we finished last time we streamed 2 weeks ago. The one I started with was this fella, the fire something or whatever he's called, the guy who's screaming with a knife in the air.
Right.
Yeah, and Fireblade, the car drive Fireblade, that's what his name. And I did a Stealthsuit, and that's all I've done so far. So I could do another Stealthsuit, or I could do a Pathfinder. I've not done any Pathfinders yet, so I might have a go.
I mean, I guess it sort of depends. Like, do you want to paint one of every model from the combat patrol to begin with, and then go off and finish the squads?
Strike team.
Because all the stuff you painted so far, has been a squad, effectively.
Yeah.
Apart from the stealth suit.
Yeah, let's do another stealth suit then. I'll get the stealth suit I've already painted. Here's one we did last time. Here he is. And I will I'll pop another one in. I haven't got my paint thing, my jig,
and my palette. And whilst I go and grab my palette, why don't you tell ladies and gentlemen what you're up to today?
I'm going to be finishing undercoating my Rogal Dorn because my can of paint ran.
Your can of paint ran out?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like I seem to go burn through under primer cans like really quickly, and I don't understand why.
What's up? Anything else?
It is a little bit, so I'll ask some friends for some advice tonight after we finish stream. About getting a cheaper one than GW's Citadel Black, or whatever it's called now, Abaddon Black, something along those lines. But I managed to undercoat like most of the important parts.
Yes.
It'll be just a case of me sort of undercoating the rest, or finish undercoating some of them, and then going from there.
Nice.
So that's the plan for today. So I'm going to do a lot of dry brushing, a lot of it's going to be black.
Okay.
It's going to be such a fun and amazing time filled with colour.
Yes. After the terrific disappointment, which was me dumping my Null Oil all over the place, I have cleaned it, but I no longer have any Null Oil, and I haven't been to a shop recently, so
yeah,
this is sad.
You can see where I've got up to in the priming process, because I'm like, oh yeah, the underside of the skull is almost done, but not the top side.
Yeah. I mean, if it was just that part of the model that needs doing, I would just do that by hand, but yeah. I can see you've got other bits as well.
You're going to have to shrink some elements. Realise the point large.
Right, so that is the Sprue. Not dropped anything. So I think that's the only sprue for the the stealth suit, and I believe...
There we go.
No, that's too big. I think it's this base is what we need. This size base.
I need my gloves. My hands have actually healed, almost.
Nice. There's
Yeah,
the
I have
ethereal.
horrific eczema.
No one cares about this, the ethereal. I've got eczema, but it's mainly on my back, which is annoying.
Well, on this hand, it was all over my little finger.
Oh yeah,
You can still see a little bit on my nail there.
yeah.
All over the ring finger as well, and on this hand in particular, it was here, here, and here.
Yeah.
And if you look at the nail of the middle finger, that's looking a wee bit gnarly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only spot I've got on my hand, really. And for some reason, I get like the odd bit of chafing. Chapping. I think is the word we use when it's on there.
Where is the chafing? Is it thighs?
Those chapping, I think is what I'm trying to say. Where the skin splits because of how dry it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Come on,
I believe I have all of the sprue I need. I'm sprued up to the max. Thank you very much, Selvirus, for the follow there. Welcome in. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, hi!
Oh, hi!
How's it going?
Right, I have stealth suits. 2 of them. They have these
Nice.
the burst thingy-majigs. The commander one, who has the plasma...
Fusion blaster.
Yeah, the fusion blaster, he's done. The other 2 need doing. Just realised I don't have my camera controls active, so I need to do that. So I'm relying on it being like automatic. I can't rely on that. I must do it manually. So yeah, my plan is paint on sprue, then flip it off and tidy it. I think I'm going to do both models at the same time because obviously I can't get past the null oil stage today. So I might as well prepare 2 models. See how we get on. Yeah,
Sounds like a plan.
Selvirus and Ohana. What armies do you guys have? I have 2 and a bit armies. I've got the Tau. My main army is the Imperial Guard, and I have some Space Marines. Some limited Space Marinage.
I have limited space marines as well. I'm going soldiering car.
I need more. I need more Space Marines.
I do too. I'm doing quite a mobile force for Space Marines.
Okay.
So I was looking at options because in your army builder,
Yeah.
there's an option for a chaplain with a jump pack.
A chaplain with a jump pack. Nice.
Yes. However, there is no official model for him
Oh no.
in GW, so I feel like I get the feeling he's going to be a holdover that may get removed at some point.
Okay.
Which would suck. However, I think I've come across a really good way to kit bash one.
Okay.
There is a Blood Angels character from the Horus Heresy series who has his own model
Okay.
called Dominion Z something or other.
Okay.
And he's got this really, really dynamic pose. Because the one thing that GW sort of struggles with, almost, or at least their sculptors do, is having models that have either jump packs or are flying that look like they're actually doing something. They're not just sort of... They're on flying bases, and the flying bases that GW supply are horrible. I think they've even admitted this.
Yeah.
Like GW, like, yeah, our flying bases are terrible, but we don't know of any other way to make them look.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just
Efficient.
ask you a question. This looks decidedly, and it feels decidedly un-base coated, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Like, I know I undercoat in grey anyway, so it's difficult to tell, but I can't see any spray marks I think this is undone. And the last model I did wasn't based either, so I have a feeling that I'm just gonna keep going like this because I did the last one in it and I want it to be like consistent. But what's the negatives of having an unbase coated model?
So certain paints, particularly sprays, are primers.
Yeah, primer.
They bond just that little bit better to models. So that any paint layers afterwards are like bond to the primer instead of to the plastic.
Okay.
So for example, let's take Dawnstone here.
Mm-hmm.
Dawnstone is a layer that's designed to go over the top of something rather than be the base of something.
Okay.
So that's effectively what all primers are. You don't have to do priming if you don't want to. But it makes for a better overall painting experience to some degree. But obviously, if you can do it cheaply, then do it cheaply.
I mean, it's not a cheap thing. It's just a case of if I sprayed it now, the first half hour of the stream would be me waiting for the paint to dry. So that's not happening. I'm just going to crack on and hope for the best.
I mean, you could just very quickly give it a light dry brush grey.
It's fine. The main color I'm going for is a base coat, so it'll be fine. As long as it's just...
I'm pretty sure it's X-V8, isn't it? The paint you use mostly. I think there is a primer version of it.
Fair
if
enough.
not, there's one that's very close to it.
I mean, this is base, so it should be fine. Plus, this plastic's not bad for sticking paint to, but if I was painting like a D&D model or a fine cast model, I'd have real problems. But, this is fine. This will work, I think.
Whereas I am painting resin today, so this is going to be a different experience. Well, Finecast was resin, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Just a fancy name for we 3D printed our sprues dead cheap.
Yeah, but the thing is that they can trademark.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the rub. That's gonna max. That's gonna be here. Okay.
Are you a little bit further away from your mic than usual today?
No, I was muttering. To be honest.
Sorry, it's just your mic was noise gating it a little
bit.
Yeah,
what? Continuously, or just that little bit where I was talking a bit quietly?
Yeah, it was just a little bit. Just then. This is fine.
Muttering to myself. That's probably why.
Yes. Microphone's just like, no, this isn't worth listening to.
I mean, it wouldn't be the fucking first time it's done that.
Oh man.
But yeah, that, and for some reason my audio's been all over the place since the last couple of Windows updates. Like, it's just been a bit of a struggle. Like, there are some days where, my microphone is ungodly loud to people, despite me changing nothing, and then there are some days where it's like, you're really fucking quiet, why?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Are you on 10 or 11 still? At the moment?
10, because my PC apparently can't handle 11.
It's not that you can't handle it, it's, well, it might be, but, because they have made stupid, silly specs for it, but, it's a file format issue that I want to change to 11 now. I've talked my way into it because I got a new work computer and that's on 11, and I've managed to make it, not terrible to look at. So I've got the Windows bar not centered. There's no adverts on it because of the work policy. So there is obviously an option to turn the adverts and stuff off. The start menu is still absolute dog shit. They've ruined the start menu. Well, other than that, it's bearable.
Yeah.
So, to stop myself having to pay Microsoft even more, I might as well take the free upgrade while I can. But the problem is, basically, I can't remember how you do it. You have to reboot your system in like safe mode or something, and like literally change the whole computer's file system from one format to another. And apparently it can be done, and yeah, there are tools to do it for you. But it's a fucking faff, and I can't be arsed with it. So yeah. Because I think Windows 10 is the last Windows that uses FTSC. I think it is. Whatever the file format that Windows has used since day dot, basically. And now everything's on a different system. I don't know. It's probably useful for like the super fetch options that they introduced in like 9 and 10.
Yeah,
Probably something to do with that. But yeah, it's I want to get 11 now, but I can't be asked to figure it out. I will one day. I've got a week off next week, so I think during that week, I'm going to sit myself down on one of the days where I would have been just working and just Google it, find out how to do it, and then just sit down and do it for a few hours. And then let my computer do stuff, and then, yeah, see if Windows 11 is seamless. See if the transition is seamless. Unfortunately, I won't be able to back much up. I haven't got much in the way of hard drive. So, yeah.
it's worth grabbing like a little, like, 20-30 quid external hard drive just to back up the important shit, and then...
I mean, okay, I have got enough hard drive to back up the important shit, but the important shit's not really... I don't know, the important stuff for me is like all of the scenes set up in OBS, and I don't know how to export that, to be honest. Everything else I can just download again. Not a problem.
Do you use any of the like these streaming services like Stream Elements or anything?
No, I just use standard OBS.
Okay, so Stream Elements has a import-export service.
Okay.
Which is free. Stream Elements will always be free to use. It's important to stress that. Which means we could absolutely fucking ridicule them if they get bored by Logitech looking at you, Streamlabs.
Yeah.
But their whole shtick is that, you know, they are a free resource. Not just for Twitch streamers, but also for YouTube and stuff as well, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I can't abide Streamlabs really, because their version of OBS, it just tanks your computer so hard.
Yeah, it's full of bloatware, and it got worse. Like in the, because I started with Streamlabs because plug and play.
Yeah, I did that too.
It's sort of the main selling point of Streamlabs is the fact that you can just install it, link your Twitch account to the OBS, and away you go. You know, no fuss, no muss.
I feel like all streamers start with Streamlabs, and then once they become sort of confident with the OBS system, they sort of just move over naturally to the better system, the vanilla. Yeah.
Somebody tried to talk me through OBS years ago. This is back before I started streaming.
Yeah.
It was scary. I didn't understand it. But having trying to mess around in Streamlabs OBS to try and get more performance, because I was playing on a fucking brick at the time. You know.
Yeah.
Like trying to run BTA or trying to run BattleTech, even the vanilla game.
Yeah.
And like early BTA, like we're talking like version. What version is BTA up in there?
Oh, I had no idea.
I think it's on the cusp of 20 now.
Jeez.
I think. Trying to run like version 8 of BTA on a PC with a 750.
Nice.
8 gigabytes of RAM. Or it might have been 16, one of the two. Either way, not a lot.
Yeah.
And Stream Elements at the same time was an absolute fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I was trying to run like Doom Eternal on a computer upgraded from Windows 7. And oh my fucking god, that game did not work. Oh man. Yeah, it's that's my plan.
Yeah. Well, let me know how it goes, because if Windows 11 is actually usable, let me know if it's actually any useful when I got a PC that Windows says can't handle Windows 11.
Well, it says my PC can't handle 11, which is fucking horse shit, because my PC takes the stats, grinds it up into fine powder, and then snorts that shit for breakfast. Yeah. It will tell you that it can't handle it just because of the file issue. The file, what's the word? I'm thinking of a word. I used
the file system?
Yeah, it's God
method?
Damn it. Yeah, file. You guys want to know what I mean? The file structure, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically using a completely different file structure. So every computer cannot, every computer that's running Windows 10 cannot, by default, do Windows 11, just because of that. But don't let it discourage you. Just look at the specs it needs and see if your computer's got it, and it probably does. It only needs 4 gig of RAM, so you should be fine.
That's something I need to consider upgrading next year. RAM.
What RAM are you running at a minute?
16.
I think my computer came with 16, and I think I upgraded to another. I got the same. It came with a single stick, so it was just a case of buying the same stick again. But I got mine pre-made, so.
I know it was silly at the time, but I was getting annoyed with my old PC.
Yeah.
It's just like, I want to play with friends, and there are games that have come out in the last 10 years that the system just can't fucking run properly.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Arma 3 is not great for performance, but try playing on a 750. And then basically being you're just going to be a machine gunner because chances are you won't kill the rest of the group in one shot if you're in a tank like you want to be doing, because your FPS is a PowerPoint presentation. It's also Arma 3, which is notoriously unstable.
Yeah.
In terms of performance, the moment you put a single mod on. So
excellent. Yeah.
We've loaded up campaigns and we've had our radio mod because the in-game comm system is god fucking awful.
Yeah.
And we're we tested this with this add-on, this DLC that's come from Bohemia, and we're all getting 60, 120, 200 plus, 300 plus FPS. And then we load it onto the server, we put on one mod, and now we're back down to 100. Yeah, Arma 3 is not great with performance when it comes to mods.
It's not very well optimized.
No, but at the same time, it's sort of not supposed to be. At the same time, it is supposed to be a simulator, and it does do that quite well. But then people want to use that simulation aspect for it to do Warhammer campaign.
Yeah, or DayZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longbeards won't remember this, but DayZ was in fact a mod for Arma 2.
It was.
It's what actually got me into PC gaming. I would watch old DayZ videos, and I really wanted to play it, so I tried to scrimp and save as much money as I could to put a PC that could run it. But also, DayZ has the same problem. You install a couple of mods and its performance absolutely fucking tanks.
Well, yeah, and also if you install any mods at all, servers won't let you in all of a sudden. So it's on. Yeah, I don't do mods on multiplayer games at all. I
think it's depend, or if it's an agreed upon.
Well,
thing.
yeah. But I've never been playing a game or been in a community where there's enough players to justify their own server. where the rules are agreed upon, sort of thing. So I
Yeah,
guess
that's fair.
you've got that sort of thing going. Whereas when I play a multiplayer game, it's usually like Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six, and that sort of thing. And on that note, I got a game in the sales. I was playing it yesterday, and it's fucking good.
Which game was this, Bula?
You already know. But yes, it's a game called Ready or Not.
Oh.
And it is fucking brilliant.
That's the police one.
It is. The way I can sell it is basically imagine the original Rainbow Six games, so Rainbow Six 1 and 2, you know, Rogue Spear, that sort of situation. Imagine that, or the terrorist hunt from Rainbow Six Vegas and Ghost Recon. Imagine that in a modern game. Imagine that was the game with modern graphics and 5-player co-op. And it's fully PvE and it's hard as fucking balls. And yeah, oh my god, me and Canny were playing it yesterday, and it was the most fun I've had on a shooter for quite a while. I love a good tactical game. I love a good terrorist hunt. It's just, yeah, you're a cop. You've been sent in because of the an active shooting situation. There's hostage situations, and you've got to go in. You've got to fuck all the crims up. Ideally, arresting them rather than shooting them. But if they shoot at you, go for it. And yeah, you have to go and arrest everyone, secure the hostages, bag up evidence, and then get the fuck out, basically. And yeah, it's really fucking good. Like, really fucking good. And yeah, oh man, Canny is not a good team player, if you get what I mean. He will run off and do his own thing. Like, I tell him, alright, you cover that door over there, and he's through it, he's gone.
Yeah.
So, I was, it was a bit frustrating at times, but honestly, once we got into it, we were basically just like, you know, breaching through doors, just like sweeping rooms. We were basically in full Widowmaker mode, and we were just, oh man, I was just murdering all of the crims, all of them. It was great.
So that scouts for criminal crims.
Yeah, pure crims, lad. These crims, they dead, innit?
Gotta not put them onto rhyming slang at the same time. I was doing some crims with me Tims.
Oh dear me.
I had a fucking random thought today,
Go
which
on.
I thought was going to be really funny. I had a thought about how, like, a lot of accent, like, obviously, you know, in a lot of places, like there's two accents for English, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's, you know, oh terribly, how do you do? Very British sort of accent.
Yeah.
Upper class Mr. Darcy sort of
Yeah.
thing, right? Or you got EastEnder London, Mary Poppins, Toot Sweet. You know, and those are the only two accents that apparently comes to the UK. Which we all know is bollocks.
Exactly.
And I just had this thought of, imagine like a transfer program between like West Country, you know, you rate me lover, but with a transfer student in Japan. So the Japanese person comes back and is like, I don't even know if I can do it. like start speaking Japanese, but with that, sort of really over enunciating the A's and R's, like you do down here. And then you going over, and then the British student going over to Japan and being like, "Omoiwa Shinderu, Nani?"
Oh dear me. Senpai-san? Oh dear.
Just
who are that? Be nanny that do? Will that be Baka?
Hang on, what's the word for like you or
I think,
because there's
I think E is me or I.
Oh, come on. Stop being a... That's you have to put a paintbrush down for this. Use two hands because Google's being a prick.
Yeah, you got when you got a Google, two-hand Google. That's when you know things are getting serious.
Yeah. English to.
Right, I've done the torso bits in the basic color. Yeah, I'll just carry on with the XV and see how we get on. So I've got arms, I've got legs.
Oh, that's dangerously close to Yowie. That's not what I wanted to type.
Yeah, don't search for Yowie, everyone. Especially the children in the chat. Don't search for the Yowie. In fact, do search for Yowie. I want to see your faces. Do it.
Let's not encourage children to watch that. They are children.
There's no children.
So there is a phrase. I do think it's more towards Somerset and Dorset than it is Devon and Cornwall. And it's the phrase is "you what?
You what?
You what?"
Yeah, we
and I wanted to see what the Japanese. Yeah, I wanted to see what the Japanese translation of that would be. And "yeah what?"
Okay.
According to Google, as in YA space WAT WHAT is enani, ENNANI.
Enani.
But "you what?" if you say it, in the Queen's English, is just nanny.
Nani.
Nanny.
I think
there's not even going to be a fucking translation for this, but I've got to see.
I think it would be very funny for people to go back to their native languages with a Scouse accent. That would be quite funny.
I think there is. Oh, so fun enough, my local football team has a fan from Japan.
Oh, okay.
And he has come over and watched like an absurd amount of games, and everybody loves him. I don't think he understands much of what he's told, because West Country.
When you say coming over, do you mean like does he commute to each game, or does he live here?
I think he only comes to watch the home games. I think.
Yeah. Does he live in the UK, or does he commute from Japan?
He commutes from Japan.
Because if that's the case, he must be rich as fucking balls.
Well, the other thing as well is you also understand that Japanese salaries and mortgages and things like that, like salaries, wages and expenses, for the most part, are a lot more even than they are here. If that makes sense.
I guess, but still, that's like executive level of being able to fly places. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he's a basically salary man who works at the airlines. I think he just gets like stupidly cheap flights or free flights. I think.
Oh, do you reckon he's a flight attendant or something, and or a pilot, and he just like, schedules himself on certain flights to get to the games.
To get to the game to come watch. I don't know, honestly. I'll have to ask my mate about it. I'm just aware of it. That's all.
But also that guy's carbon footprint must be significant. Fuck me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's like as I said, he'll already. I think he'll already fly for certain types of games. I think.
Okay.
He doesn't fly over for every single one of them because if it's mid-season, that's stupid. You'd spend more time in the air than he would in the ground. You know.
In the ground. Dun, dun, dun.
On the ground, rather. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could also mean inside the football ground.
Yeah.
It just sounded like you were implying that he would be dead.
Just T-poses throughout the air.
Just at the game, T-posing gently.
Yeah. So there was another phrase down here that you only really hear in Deepest Darkest Cornwall. Did you ever watch Clarkson's Farm?
I started watching it, and then it sort of became clear that it was basically Clarkson's way of justifying owning a farm so that he could dodge the inheritance tax.
Yeah.
But anyway, carry on.
So there's a lad of it called Caleb.
Yeah.
And we're talking like this is somebody who was born, lived in the same area, hasn't been more than 20 miles from his house sort of person.
Yeah.
Who works alongside Clarkson.
We all know one.
There is the equivalent of that down in Cornwall.
Oh yes.
And you can barely make out what they're saying sometimes. Even I say that as somebody who grew up in the West Country.
Yeah, I know it's more of a Somerset thing, but Somerset and Cornwall are very close together. I'm assuming you mean the cider drinker type.
There's Devon in between them, hang on.
Come on. It's all the same.
Fuck off. But there is a phrase called that is pronounced Gert Lash.
Oh yeah.
And I've just translated that from English into Japanese.
Oh dear.
Again, this is Google Translate. You know, this is just Google Translate being Google Translate.
Go on.
It doesn't do anything to do with punctuation or grammar or anything like that. It just translates the words. That's all it does. What I'm gonna do, Rasu, is apparently Gert Lush in Japanese.
Excellent.
Yeah. Geruto space RASSHU. Gotta do Rasu. I kinda wanna write a manga or an anime now and have that as the main character's name or a sidekick's name. It just turns up every now and then and see who gets it. Just see the wild comments of like, what is this name? It doesn't mean anything in Japanese. What the fuck? It's like, it's because it's a very, very localized piece of language from England that's been translated into Japanese with no thought given to the grammar or fucking pronunciation. Sup, fuckers? I'm a troll.
Oh, I'm trying to think of what are phrases that are very, very much like Merseyside. I'm actually struggling to think of them off the top of my head. And all I'm thinking of is the stuff that we call foods and stuff.
What you call bread, for example?
Yeah. Okay, so a bread roll. What would you call that?
For me, it sort of depends on what I'm putting in it.
Okay. But if it's
because
just
if I'm putting, again, it's really contextual for me. Like if I'm gonna put bacon, if I'm gonna put breakfast food in it, like hash browns, sausages, bacon, eggs,
yeah,
it's a bab.
Okay.
If I'm gonna put burgers, be they beef, turkey, chicken, fish.
Yeah.
It's a bun.
Okay.
And if I'm putting sandwich stuff in it, so egg mayonnaise, ham, cheese and pickle,
Yeah.
things like that, it's a bun.
Okay.
No, not a bun. Roll.
Okay.
Bat for burgers. No, bat for breakfast food. Buns for burgers and rolls for sandwich.
Now you see, all of those names are acceptable where I'm at. But most bread, most things between two pieces of bread are butties here.
Oh, yeah. Unless it's chips, then it's a chip butty.
Yeah, you got a chip butty.
Yeah. Sorry, that's for me. It's a chip butty. The same thing as a butty if it's got chips.
Okay.
Very rarely do I also call it a bacon butty.
Yeah, we sometimes call something sarnies as well. Instead, it's like a Scouse way of saying sandwich.
Yeah, I've heard that one. I've used it on the very rare occasion as well.
Indeed. Yeah, I think the only words that are like... I think when we describe things as being amazing, we've got some interesting ways of describing that. You can say something's boss, something's Pierre. The one that went through my school, like when I was in secondary school, was king. Like, that's king, that is, lad.
That's not too bad. I quite like that.
Yeah, I was like, that one just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem grammatically accurate, but the sort of people who would say it were bellends, so we didn't mind too much.
I mean, yeah, but do you remember the phrase where everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is so epic"?
I don't
remember
actually know, because I think I was out of school by that point.
Oh, this was not. This was not a school thing. This was just a generic. Everything was epic, like epic mealtime.
Oh right, okay. I remember.
Right.
I remember the phase when everything was so random. That was annoying.
Oh, I'm going to make no comment on that because I was one of those kids.
That's so random.
I was one of those. I was one of those wannabe scene kids. I don't regret it. Really?
You should.
Huh?
You should regret.
I should.
Regret.
No. To be honest, no. Like, I don't regret it because, like, I feel like that my music taste is quite varied.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will happily stick on like, I will listen to Earth, Wind and Fire, from them into Kiss, into whatever this decade's equivalent of Bullet for My Valentine is. I don't know if Bullet is still relevant.
I doubt it.
You know, like, I will happily go through an absurd amount of genres, and I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't started as a scene kid.
Okay.
Because I started as a scene kid, and then I went from scene kid to punk to metalhead to ska, as in like Madness, Pick It Up,
Yeah.
saxophone. Then it was fantasy metal for quite a while.
Oh god, that's a rough patch.
Well, fantasy metal.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah, it sort of
remember
depends.
getting way too into Blind Guardian.
I
I can't stand
So
them
my
nowadays.
Why, just can't stand the music, or
That's just
or the memories you associate with them?
the music. Every now and then I'll put some on, but my god, no. I can't leave them on for long.
The guilty pleasure these days.
Hmm.
Very rare guilty pleasure. But yeah, but like, I even looked at drum and bass and like hardstyle and stuff like that. Like, from starting as a scene kid and sort of like, you know, at that point where you look back and you sort of realise that moment where you started taking music seriously,
Hmm.
rather than just having it on for the sake of having it on.
Yeah.
like on the radio or whatever. For me, that started with like ZZ Top
Okay.
and Deep Purple. Oh god, what else was there? Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden. Not so much Metallica, actually, funnily enough.
Okay.
ZZ Top. Trying to remember what's on that fucking album. Because like the first music album I owned back on CDs.
Oh, the first.
Which is sort of showing my age.
No, the first album you owned was on CD. That says you're young to me. The first album I owned was on cassette.
I mean, unless you want to count like fucking children's rhymes on cassette.
I don't. I have cassettes of actual music that I still listen to.
Oh, I've got some that I bought in 2020.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't bought a cassette since I was like 12, 13.
Yeah, so I got a little bit into. I said a little bit. I got in deep with a genre of music called dungeon synth.
Okay.
And the best way to describe, I mean, I'm grossly oversimplifying here, but the best way to describe dungeon synth is, what's the most epic soundtrack you've ever heard from a video game in like 4K?
Okay.
No, I'm asking you, what is the most epic video game soundtrack?
Okay. In 4K, I don't know what that means.
So you know how you got 1080p?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then you got 1440, 2160.
Oh, I don't game any higher than 1080p. I refuse.
Nope. Neither do I, but it's the quality. The further up the number you go, the more the better quality is.
So the most epic soundtrack. Oh my god. What is the last game that I listened to the soundtrack and went, fuck me, this is fucking amazing.
Or film, if that makes it easier.
It doesn't. I don't really watch that many films. Best. I'm trying to think now. The God of War game had a pretty fucking banging soundtrack. Also, the Doom and Doom Eternal.
Okay.
Go on.
So, imagine having like the Doom and the Doom Eternal soundtrack,
Okay.
but in a medieval world
Right.
for the N64.
Nice.
That's the sort of what Dungeons is like.
Okay.
Some of them are themed. Like I've got 1, 2, 3.
So it's basically epic MIDI.
Yeah, I've got 3 albums that are Lord of the Rings based.
Oh dear.
Middle Earth based. Yeah, I've got Durin, Father of Dwarves by Anduin, funnily enough.
Okay.
I've got The Father of Dragons, Glaurung by Vuvia. And Shadowed Pass Through Middle Earth by Akirius. They're my Lord of the Rings ones, but I've got Red Ribbon Tower by Veil Minstrel, Torchlight. Witchcraft by Torchlight. Woods of Spellbound Ruins by Torchlight again. Transylvanian Crimson Full Moon by Akirius. And then the album that actually got me into Dungeon Synth, Acid Night. The Sick Night by Acid Crypt.
Okay.
Yeah, like Wraith Knight's good. Acid Crypt, The Sick Night by Acid Crypt's pretty good. The second album's a bit miss for me.
Okay.
Meadowgrove, fantastic. Questmaster, fantastic. Questmaster is so popular that they've released a compilation, like 2 cassette box, if you will, for one of their albums, 12 Castles, and another one called 12 Ruins. They released 5,000 cassettes, which is big, because cassettes normally run in like the 50s or 100s.
Yeah.
Released 5,000. They were gone in an hour.
Damn.
That's how big Questmaster is in the Dungeon City. Really good music. Like the 12 Temples, for example, feels like imagine listening to the orchestral version of the entire Lord of the Rings soundtrack from the beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring to the end of Return of the King
Okay.
in one go, but not chip tunes. That's
MIDI.
Yeah, but MIDI.
Okay.
That's the 12 Temples. But that music is playing while you're, in like one of the early Legend of Zelda games.
Excellent. Yeah, that sounds interesting to say the least.
Yes, it may have been my special interest for like a year.
Nice. So yeah,
I'm going to be right back because bathroom is threatening me, so I'll be right back.
that's fine. Do you know what? I might also be right back because I need a cup of tea. Well, actually, no. I'll wait until Cornish comes back because I don't want to leave his stream with no one here. Hello, everyone. Hi. I have to wave at the paint cam because Cornish's stream can't see me face, me bonds, as it were. So I am pretty much I'm sprue painting. I'm gonna do the basic paint on the sprue. I've done mostly. Ooh, that's a bit too zoomed in. Thanks. There you go. I've done the torso pieces. I've done the legs. I've done the arms. I'm working on the guns now. There's not a lot else apart from like these antenna bits, but I can do them last, I think. I'll see where they go. There's also heads somewhere. There should be 2 sets of heads. I think it's these 2 things here. It's those 2 there. Those are gonna go white. There's the model I've already painted, and that's got a white face with the silvery bits. And yeah, I'm using a lot more silver on this model rather than gold, because it's just a basic troop unit. Whereas on the Riptide and the Ghost Keels, which I've got just above me here, let me bring the Riptide down, as it was to hand. Got a lot of gold on these models because they are elite units. That's my theory anyway. Like, yeah, on the stealth suits, the only thing that's gold is like the emblems, like that there, and the rest is all going to be your lead belcher. Yeah, there you go.
Talking colour theory.
Yeah, basically, the more elite the unit is, the more the metal becomes gold, rather than
Yeah, that's fair.
your lead belcher. The Riptide back up there. Right, now that Cornish is back, I'm going to briefly nip away and grab myself another cup of tea, because I've actually finished one, which is nice. It's nice to be able to actually finish a cup of tea before it goes cold. So
then it's that horrible, like, blech.
Yeah, you gotta
gonna
rush
drink
the
it,
last
yeah.
end.
If you're gonna drink it, you're not wasting tea. How dare you?
Exactly. So yeah, I'll leave you with Cornish's cam, and then I will when I come back, I'll tell you about my musical history if you're interested.
Yeah, go for it.
That'll be good. Right, so be right back. Cornish cam, there he is. Sweet. BRB!
See you in a minute. Oh no, I was gonna Google like the first album that I really sort of listened to and listened to repeatedly. Need that. Three. 2? 2. It was 2. No. Oh, that might be it. Ah. Alright. I've got that up for when Bula gets back, so that's something at least. Oh dear. Yes. So, for those of you who are interested, I think we do a little bit more in the Long Dark, and then we're good to go. Well, at the moment we're in Milton, so I need to get out of Milton with all the gubbins I've looted. Probably didn't actually need to bring as much stuff as I did with me, to be honest, but there we go. To Milton, that is. So, yeah. Just means there's going to be a lot of trips ferrying stuff up and down the cliff, that's all. I know I'm going to need me some more deer hide as well, because that Travoy needs a lot of repairs. Like, the condition depletes very quickly. Considering how much it costs to get it going as well, it's kind of a bit of a shame, but not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. Right. I think almost everything that needs to be undercoated. Undercoated. And it's only taken an hour.
Right,
You good?
Headphones on.
I can hear again.
Hey, you're right. Or were you just doing that old man when you sat down?
Yeah, just the old man things. I'm getting old
Yeah,
now. Nearly 40.
Fuck off.
Oh man. Yeah, someone said that to me the other day, and I was upset.
What? What, nearly 40 and fuck off?
No, yeah, nearly 40, and I thought fuck off, and then I did the maths, and yeah.
Wait, hang on. Shit,
Exactly.
he's right.
Yeah. I don't feel it, but yeah, I cannot deny it. I'm getting there. Anyway.
You're much better than me, mate. Trust me.
Yeah. Well. So, before you were telling us about how your musical taste developed.
Yes.
Would it surprise you to learn that when I was in all the way up until secondary school, I was a scally.
You're gonna have to explain Scally to me.
Sorry, that is the Merseyside way of saying chow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was into all of the trance music. I was into the techno music. I loved and I still, to be fair, I still kind of do. Hence the reason I make a lot of electronic music these days. I used to love, there's a radio station in Liverpool called Radio City. I used to get my cassette player and record the tunes from there.
Yeah.
I like DJ Sammy and all of that sort of shit. Yeah.
Making mixtapes to give to all the girls. I see what you mean.
No. But yeah, I was that until I fell out with the Scally kids that I used to hang out with, and then we all moved schools and stuff. And yeah, then the people who I sort of fell in with who were cool were kind of moshers, and about that time I was starting to play games like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Tony Hawk's and that sort of thing. And yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 came out, I think, I don't remember what year I was in, but that game introduced me to rock music, basically. And yeah, between that, new metal, the CKY cassette tapes, which I had and still have somewhere. Apparently they're worth some money nowadays. Yeah, between all of that, I sort of became a mosher, but I've never really given up my enjoyment of especially trance music. So whenever there's an opportunity to mix these genres of, like, electronic and metal, I fucking love it.
It's kind of like Sleep Token, to a degree.
I would say Rammstein is like Rammstein, Static X, the Mad Capsule Markets.
Static X in years.
Yeah, Static X are probably one of my favorite bands. But that sort of thing, just, oh my god, that is my jam, basically. The Mad Capsule Markets was like the second gig I ever went to. I don't know if you know them.
Who? Sorry?
The Mad Capsule Markets.
No.
Okay.
I don't ring any bells.
It is a Japanese industrial punk band.
Right.
Who were basically on every manga DVD in the early 2000s. Before the actual thing you bought the DVD for played, or the sort of slightly mental music that was playing, like on the adverts of every of all the shows and stuff. That was the Mad Capsule Markets. So you may have unintentionally heard them if you bought any manga DVDs.
I don't think apart from ones that my friends have given me, I don't think I've actually ever bought any manga DVDs.
Okay.
I've bought I bought the live action remake of Space Battleship Yamato.
Yeah.
Which I do actually need to sit down and watch, despite owning it for the better part of 11 years.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I watch most of my anime online, to be honest.
Yeah, I got a lot of manga DVDs. I used to get them from Game back in the day. Back when Game used to sell things that people actually wanted to buy. But the Mad Capsule Markets, very fun, very good band. Their early stuff's a little bit different, but like the last 3 albums they did are just fire.
Do you want to hear something absolutely wild?
Go on.
The band known as the Wiggles.
Okay, yeah.
Started as a heavy metal band.
Huh. That is interesting.
Yeah, so the original members of the Wiggles started as a heavy metal band, but I think their lead songwriter at the time. This is tragic, so just trigger warning for that.
Okay, fun.
He lost his infant son to SIDS while he was still recording an album for his son.
Okay.
And he sort of approached the band and went, "I'm going to take some time off. You know, I've sort of lost my passion. Like I've lost my son. You know."
Yeah.
And they went, and the band basically just went, "You know, we got you. It's fine. We'll take what you've written. We'll make it. We'll finish it, and we'll perform it. We'll be ready to perform it when you're ready to perform again."
Yeah.
I think this is how the story's going. I know you lost this under SIDS, but what happened with the after, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't even know what SIDS is, by the way.
Sudden infant death syndrome.
Okay, that's very non-specific.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Is
that just what they term like unexplained sudden death?
Yes.
Okay. Damn.
But they heavily investigate every possible cause of it because it's become understood that a lot of deaths that were attributed to SIDS were not in fact SIDS. It wasn't sudden. There was actually an explanation for all of them.
Yeah. You alright?
Yeah. Fucking drug went down the wrong way. So when the band got back together again, they were like, "Oh, this is a very sort of serious thing." SIDS. So they went on to basically just write children's music and rebranded themselves as the Wiggles.
Okay.
And a lot of the stuff they do, they raise money for charity to do with SIDS because of it.
Okay.
So they were like a heavy metal band. I think they were like Electric Cockroaches or something like that. It was what they were originally called.
Damn.
And then they rebranded into the Wiggles.
Okay.
Just a complete shift.
I don't think I've heard much. I don't think I've heard any of them. I wouldn't be able to tell you any of the songs, but
it's about 4 kids.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
Yeah. But what I also found was the track list.
Okay.
Now that's what I call Air Guitar 2. Which is basically just like a play on That's What I Call Music.
Yeah.
And it is as follows. It's 2 CDs.
Okay. All right. Can I make 5 guesses as songs that will be on there?
Okay.
Okay. Hocus Pocus Focus.
Not on this one.
Oh, okay. Is there a Uriah Heep song on there?
Uriah Heep. No.
Oh, okay. So it's not like classic rock, or is it like?
I mean,
is it like more like Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses and that sort of thing?
So they made 3 of these albums.
Okay.
I already had number 2. On the first CD, you've got Queen, One Vision.
Okay.
Bryan Adams, Run to You.
Okay. One Vision is an interesting choice because there's not really a big solo on that song as far as I can remember.
No. Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love.
Okay, that's a tune, but again, solo?
Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me.
That's a good one.
Billy Idol, Rebel Yell.
Okay, yeah.
Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal.
Why Alien Ant Farm's version?
Because it has guitars.
So does the original.
This is the thing. It's supposed to be an air guitar thing.
Yeah, the original version has guitars. Not
Couldn't say. It's been a while since.
But it's.
I don't know. It's been a while since I listened to MJ's version.
Okay.
Beastie Boys, You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party.
Okay. It's an interesting choice.
The Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go?
That's a good one.
The Ventures, Walk Don't Run. I don't even remember how that one goes, to be honest. The Kinks, All Day and All of the Night.
Dun, 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 dun. I remember having to
All
learn
of
that
the
song
day.
for a band, and oh my fucking god, it's a boring riff.
There was an attempt to put a band together with people in my year group at school.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you need to be able to play Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple." So I played the opening riff. Not great, bearing in mind that I had zero guitar training, and they were like, yeah, but we don't want you. I was like, alright, cool. Could have just said that from the beginning.
Okay.
Thin Lizzy Jailbreak.
Okay, yeah.
Sweet Action.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, Run to the Hills.
Good choice.
Sum 41, Fat Lip.
Ugh. Go on.
Love Sculpture, Saber Dance.
Okay.
Oh, I was wrong. There is Focus. There is Hocus Pocus by Focus.
Yes! I knew it would be.
Status Quo, Paper Plane.
Plane, okay.
The Cult, She Sells Sanctuary.
That is one of my all-time favourite songs.
My favourite song, which I now can't sing because I'm in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
The Undertones, Teenage Kicks.
Okay.
The Hives, Hate to Say I Told You So. That's CD 1.
Okay.
CD 2, The Who, Pinball Wizard.
Where's the book? Where's the book, Pete? Where's your book?
Cream, Sunshine of Your Love.
That is a riff.
Deep Purple, Black Knight.
Black Knight's a great song. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Steppenwolf, Build to Be Wild.
I think Black Knight, actually, going back to Deep Purple, I think Black Knight was one of those songs that was never released on a full album. It was a B-side. I might be wrong there, but I think it is. I think Black Knight was a B-side, and it's on. It was on the re-release of In Rock, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other one, My Woman in Tokyo was a B-side as well. My Lady in Tokyo, whatever the song's called, that was also a B-side, I'm pretty sure, on the Purple album with the bubbles. I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, it's weird that the Deep Purple B-sides tend to be my favourite songs on the albums that they're on.
It's kind of almost like a throwaway. Like when something is a throwaway and it's really, really good, it sort of makes it just that little bit more special, don't it?
Yeah.
Alice Cooper's School's Out.
Ugh. Got so
ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man.
Sharp Dressed Man's good, yeah.
What was that about Cooper?
He's got so many better songs than that.
Yeah, I know.
So no, it's overplayed.
Yeah, but this was kind of marketed at like this album was sort of marketed at kids, like teenagers just started to get into music.
Okay.
So this is sort of like baby's first like rock album, effectively.
Yeah, it's like there isn't going to be any Genesis on this album, but you know.
No. Status Quo, Roll Over, Lay Down.
Second Status Quo song.
Yeah. Rainbow, All Night Long.
Okay.
David Bowie, The Gene Genie.
Gene Genie.
The Gene Genie. Da 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 da.
Yeah, I know the song. And just is that the Bowie song you'd go with?
Apparently.
Okay.
Nickelback, How You Remind Me.
Again, that's not the one I'd have gone with. I'd have gone with Too Bad, personally. That's got the much better riff.
Don't think that was released at that point.
It was on the same album.
Oh, was it? Fair enough. Stiltskin.
Sorry, I
Inside.
was a massive Nickelback fan before it became uncool to like Nickelback.
The Nickelback's gone through like this weird sort of transitionary period where it was cool to like them, then it was cool to hate them, now it's sort of cool to like them again. But if you admit that you like them, you're kind of like, are you a divorced dad?
Well, I
the sort of the
I like
sort of the
I like
riff for it.
Nickelback up until the Silver Side Up album is the cut off for me. The second they released Rockstar, I was out.
Yeah, but you know they
And look
still
at this
went off to do things.
photograph. I took it while I was in the bath. Absolute shit. Anyway, carry on.
Possibly one of my favourite songs ever.
Okay.
The Knack, My Sharona.
Okay. Yeah.
My Sharona.
I can listen to half of it before I start losing my mind. And
So hold the line.
okay.
The Cougars, Saturday night at the Duck Pond.
Okay. I don't actually know if I know that one.
I don't either. That might be one of those ones I kept skipping.
Oh.
Or my CD got ever so slightly scratched, so I don't think I ever played that song.
Alright, okay.
Eddie Cochran, Come On Everybody.
I'm trying to remember that one.
I'm going to play it on YouTube, because chat can't hear that. To remind me of what it's like.
Right, I'm just getting the second colour out now. This is good.
Funny enough, quite a country song for what this album's supposed to be, to be
Okay.
honest. The Shadows, FBI.
I know.
Burt
I know the
Whedon,
band
Guitar Boogie Shuffle.
I know the band, The Shadows. I just can't think of that song.
It might have been an instrumental one. Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I think wasn't The Shadows a Scouse band as well?
I couldn't tell you.
I've got a feeling they're a Liverpool band. Bit like their Flock of Seagulls and stuff.
Buddy Holly, that'll be the day.
Oh man, okay. You know when I was saying I had albums on cassette, one of them was a Buddy Holly album.
Was Buddy Holly the one that died in the plane crash in like his 20s?
I don't know, but when the plane was going down, he was going, "Oh no!"
Yeah, it was him. 'Cause he died in 59.
Sorry, that was a tasteless Buddy Holly joke. There. Sorry about that, everyone. It will happen again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite weird, like quite a like sort of 60s Americana rock and roll sort of song to be on an air guitar album.
Yeah.
Free, Wishing Well.
Okay. The budget's running out.
Pink
We're going to
Floyd,
B-sides
Another
now.
Brick in the Wall.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's the money spent.
Part 2.
Yeah, cool. You're not gonna have part 1, are you?
No.
That's just like
Gary Moore,
Go on.
Parisian Walkways Live.
Okay.
And Brian May, God Save the Queen, also live.
Okay. Yeah, that album just fell apart from the Deep Purple bit. Not Deep Purple, the Pink Floyd bit.
Yeah, but again, like Baby's first rock album,
Yeah, true.
you know. There's a bit of a mix in there to see what to kind of give you a feel of what you might like or what you might not like,
Yeah.
you know. And besides, it's supposed to be like a spoof of Now That's What I Call Music.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's always going to be a little bit weird.
Yeah. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, the game disc, was in my CD player more than any other CD, I'd say, other than V-Rock eventually. The V-Rock soundtrack CD, I bought that. That was great.
Oh, I know what I need to put in your... You have your music channel, don't you?
I do.
To be able to put music videos in. Okay.
Indeed.
So, there was a Japanese lounge singer, and she died quite young. Or she sort of became this really big sensation, made all her money, then disappeared.
Okay.
And it turns out that she was like fighting cancer for like years and years and years.
Okay.
And one of her most famous songs is called "Plastic Love."
Right.
And somebody on YouTube,
Yeah.
called Caitlin Myers or Momoki. The thing that's I'm gonna say that's her Twitch.
Okay.
No, it might be a Twitch, but it's not. It's Caitlin Myers. But this Caitlin Myers has done a translation of "Plastic Love," as well as another song by a different artist called "Stay With Me."
Okay.
But she hasn't just like done a straight translation. She's also done an interpretation.
Right.
So you know how sometimes if you just copy and paste something in Google Translate or translate the words,
Yeah.
but it'll be out of order because of grammar and whatnot.
Yeah.
But whereas she's gone and interpreted it as well, or gotten somebody to interpret it.
So a full-on
So then-
translation job rather than just copy and paste.
Yeah. But honestly, Plastic Love and Stay With Me, either in the original Japanese or in this English translation, fucking rocks your shit. Which is wild, because it's like, you know how like you'll have two different types of songs in an anime episode? You'll have like a hard rock metal one at the opening and then like a casual one at the end.
Yeah.
Just showing the characters doing stuff they wouldn't normally do. Those two songs, especially the English ones, sound like the end of an anime episode where they're just off doing random stuff. That's got nothing to do with what just happened in the episode. They are really good songs.
Nice.
I'll pop a link to each.
I'll have to check them out later on after stream.
And then, wait, hang on, are this the same person? No, they're not. Okay. Yeah, so Plastic Love was really Myra Takuchi,
Yeah.
but it's Miki Matsubara was the one that sort of made her money, then disappeared, and turns out she was just dealing with a lot of health issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking Stay With Me just hits hard. You ever have those moments where you just need to be cathartic for some reason? I put that on and I will sing it as I'm doing stuff around the house or around the flat.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just need to.
Yeah. I have certain albums that do that shit for me. I've got albums for all sorts. I like to listen to albums in full. Usually when I'm actually just listening to music, I'll listen to a full album because usually there's a story going on, and they're designed well. At least they used to be. I don't think they are so much nowadays because modern musicians know their audience and they know that people just put songs on shuffle these days. But back in the day, artists used to design their albums to be played from cover to cover, and there was a through line usually. And
looking at you, Christopher Lee.
Yeah,
with your metal albums, they're definitely a story that you need to listen to cover to cover.
Exactly. But there's a couple of albums that I use when I'm like sad / depressed.
Yeah.
There's one in particular that it's Down on the Upside by Soundgarden, and that is an album designed, I think, to start you off, at your lowest point, and then drag you further down, and then uplift you.
Right. Okay.
So it sort of goes, yeah, you're depressed. We get that. Let's mull on that for a bit. Oh yeah. Oh, it could be worse. My God, imagine it being worse. But then all of a sudden, Applebite comes on, and a jarring shift in tone appears, and then the rest of the album is about basically cheering you the fuck up. And by the time you finish the album, you've forgotten what you were sad about. That sounded bad.
That might be okay. I'm gonna go have a look. Give me a second.
What got dropped?
I dropped my white ink.
Oh dear. Okay. And that bit's black as well.
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Okay, that's good.
White ink's fine. The two PVA glues are sealed, so they're fine. So we're hunky dory.
Ooh. You're not gonna have
Yes, it's just like,
not gonna have a null incident like I did last time.
No, and this is the white ink. You know,
Yeah.
the stuff that made that. That is absurd how bright that reflects.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, they layers of the stuff. But yeah.
God damn. This.
I'm going to be painting this tank for a very long time.
I know how I felt
It's
with
a
the ghost skill.
chunky... Yeah, well, he's a chunky lad, this tank.
Yeah. A big boy.
Very big boy. I need to come up with a name for him. Name my other tanks.
A Rogal
So
Dorn.
my...
Let's see. So a Rogal Dorn. Shall we find a name with R and D in it?
Admittedly, this one is stolen, so it doesn't quite feel as special.
Resplendent Destiny.
Yeah, maybe. Somebody had named their Rogal Dorn Wotek Rex.
Okay.
Wotek was the name of a bear in World War II that was adopted by a Polish artillery regiment in World War II during the Italian campaign.
Okay.
And he was befriended in the sort of stereotypical Eastern manner of being fed cigarettes and vodka.
Nice. A bear's favourite food.
Yeah. And they ended up just carting this bear around for a bit in the manner that armed forces do. Throughout World War II. And after the war, he lived up in Edinburgh Zoo until the 60s when he finally passed away.
Rip.
And he would engage in like play wrestling with the soldiers as well, which is quite funny. But the thing that sort of really propelled him to like unofficial regimental mascot status was he saw once he reached a certain size, he saw that the men were picking up crates, like certain types of crates, and hauling them up. These were like all of the artillery ammunition.
Yeah.
And he just started picking up the crates with them and hauling them to where they needed to go. Yeah, Wotek's fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, and it's also quite fitting that the Polish sort of made a bear their unofficial mascot, when normally that's a very Russian thing.
Yeah.
So they kind of reclaim that from the Russians, so... Which is quite fun. And a bit of a fuck you to Stalin at the same time. Because all the lads in that artillery regiment either had the option of either going home to Poland, which is now under Soviet control, or staying in the UK. I think most of them opted to stay in the UK.
Yeah. Right decision at the time.
Yeah, well, you know.
Probably not a good decision. It wouldn't be a good decision these days.
Well, you know, Poland's an independent nation now. Fine.
Exactly. Oh, I missed a bit of black. Never mind. Also was
Oh no.
what was making some good progress here, but never mind. Hello, dog. Getting looked at.
Is it playtime?
No, they're just looking at me. I think he was just stretching. He just glanced up. I think he wants to go to bed. His mum not coming home tonight. Oh, can I go to bed then?
Do you sleep on the bed, does he?
He does.
Is that a thing you're supposed to let happen or not let happen? Because I keep seeing...
I don't know.
You don't know, you don't care.
I try not to think about it. At the end of the day, me and Mrs. Bullock like to have separate beds anyway, so I don't like having dogs in my bed, so as long as they're not in mine.
Oh, is that because of a work schedule?
You want that and snoring.
Right.
And it's not one-sided, it's not just me. Mrs. Bullock snores as much as I do, in fact worse sometimes. And we're both quite light sleepers, so it's a case of either we just murder each other, or we have separate beds.
Fair.
Okay. I think this brush is now starting to feel the wrath of my my very amateurish painting. I'm taking way too long on each blob, meaning it's starting to solidify whilst it's still on the brush.
Oh, that's not good. You want to avoid that.
Yeah, I try to limit the size of the blobs that I make to avoid it, but when I'm just chilling like this, it cannot be avoided. I'm going up to Chester in on the weekend.
Oh yeah.
So that should give me the opportunity to get myself some Null Oil, if I can remember to do so, between pubs.
What are you in Chester for?
Pubs.
Right.
My friend lives Warrington way, and I live here, so Chester's like a nice in-between point.
Yeah.
And it's a nice change of scenery from the Liverpool pub scene. Plus, my mate knows a lot of pubs in Chester, so he said he'll show me around them. So I'll never say no to a drink. I'll never say no to a drink. Always happy to go for a pint.
I wait for it all to blow over.
Exactly. Just stay in the pub for months on end. Come out and ask a random person, is he dead yet? Has someone assassinated Trump yet? And then if the answer's no, go back into the pub. Right, there we go. Keep biffing the mic, sorry. Don't even know if you can hear it or not, but...
I'm not hearing it, but
okay.
Discord settings are different to OBS, aren't they?
This is true. I'm not too fussed about over in the black with the red. Be as messy as I like there. We can paint over the red with black. Easy.
I'm shaking my whole goddamn table trying to get this brown layer on. I had thought about doing this Cadian colours.
Okay.
I thought I'd save that for a different Rogal Dorn kit.
Maybe.
Because this one was the Forbidden 3D print, the Forbidden way.
What's your main army's scheme then? Is that what you're doing now?
That's red.
What's red?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. So
That's my main army scheme.
So you're not doing the tank in red?
I am doing the tank, but I've got to do brown first.
Oh, I see. You have multi-colours. Well, multi-layer colours.
Yeah, because otherwise you end up doing like 4 layers of red onto the black, and then you spend like 5 times as long painting upon the model, which is fun. So it's easier just to do brown, because so this dude here is a dude that I rescued. This is what my painting. Fuck around with the focus a little bit.
It's not focusing, is it?
Oh, I'm having to do it manually, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this dude here is what my armor used to look like.
Yeah.
You can't see it because of the light, but the fatigues are what. Do you remember a paint called Bleach Bone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. But I painted that directly onto black. So it'd always be patchy and shit. And same with this red.
Hmm.
And this, you can tell, was just me painting something just to get it onto the table. Like, you can see that part of the las gun is painted, but the back half isn't. You know? And all this other shenanigans.
Yeah.
And that's what the red that I currently use, if you can see it on the boots, especially there.
Yeah.
That's what painting the red that I currently use, Mephiston, onto black is like. Like, I'd end up having to sit there and either dry brush or sit there and very carefully administer like 3-4 layers to go straight from black, and by that point you start losing detail on the model.
Yeah.
So doing a brown undercoat to begin with, like I'm doing here, and then going back over that with red means that I'm doing 2 at a push 3 layers at the very most.
Yeah. Does pose the question,
Doesn't-
why undercoat it in black at all?
Because all of my painting theory that I've learned over the past 2 years and relearned over the past 2 years has to be started with black.
I start with grey for this exact reason. I only need 1 coat of Mephiston red on my Space Marines. I need 2 coats of Avalant. Because I start with grey, a nice neutral colour that'll go dark or light with ease. I don't know.
The other thing as well is going from black to brown to red actually creates like a very different sort of final layer. So these guys, all of their red was undercoated brown to begin with.
Yeah.
Right? And it looks a little bit different in person than it does on that camera.
Okay.
But it's bold, but without it being shiny.
Right.
From going from brown to red.
I'm looking I'm looking to see if I've got one of me me fisty boy right here. Well, that's dusty as all hell. Yeah, I mean there's one of me fists. Me fisty boys.
Yeah.
There we go. And yeah. Oh my god! Come on, get a bit more focused. There you go. That's he's a dusty boy because he's been on my shelf for a while. But that's what the yellow and red look like with the grey undercoat. But then I've obviously got black bits that I've had to paint on because Well, yeah, I don't think I could get this this yellow as nice as that with a black undercoat. I just don't think it's possible.
There will be ways to do it, but there'll be conflict. Like if you're going, like for example, I was considering doing an Imperial Fists for my Space Marines.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine was like, if I'm ever going to do Space Marines, then I'll do Imperial Fists. I was like, all right, okay, then, that's fine. I'm not going to take that away from you. Because the one thing we like in our sort of gaming and hobby group is variety. So we don't want 4 people rocking up playing Ultramarines, for example. No, there's nothing wrong with Ultramarines. There absolutely
there
isn't.
absolutely is. There is something. If you play Ultramarines, you're boring.
Oh, don't let my mod hear you say that. He's been an Ultramarines player for 20 years.
I've got an Ultramarine force upstairs. I was boring.
To be fair, the Horus Heresy was the best thing that happened because the glow up they had from it has just been chef's kiss. It did really work in their favour, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Well, that's why they've got this like Romanesque themed, rather than just we are the epitome of what Space Marines should be, and we follow this book, because that was all their personality beforehand. Yeah. And now they've got a personality, which is really, really good. I really like it. I think the Horus Heresy book series was the best thing that ever happened to them.
I mean, I'll read it one day.
Oh, just can't be fucked.
Yeah,
I've already got 2 very long book series to read that I'm currently reading. I don't want to add the Horus Heresy into that as well.
I started reading it. I got halfway through the first book and realised it was nowhere near as well written as the other books I was reading, which is the Gaunt's Ghost series. Same author, I think, as well. I think Dan Abnett did the first book, didn't he?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
But I remember reading an article later on, where Dan was basically saying, "Yeah, when I was writing Space Marines for the, when I was writing the Space Marines in the Horus Heresy books." When I started, I didn't understand how to write Space Marines. I didn't know what I was doing. So, and he was basically saying that they felt wooden when he was writing them, which, in fairness, is correct. Because that it lost me, the first book, because it just, I don't know.
So I found out something fucking wild.
Go on.
So there was an author who has now been banned from Black Library.
Oh, okay.
Called Henry Zhao.
Okay.
And the reason why he was banned was because there's a scene in one of the books, I think it's a book called Flesh and Iron, where he describes he plagiarizes a scene from a memoir of an Iraq war veteran, specifically a Second Battle of Fallujah veteran.
Oh dear.
And just kind of recontextualizes it for his book. The author, because he's still alive, excuse me, sued GW for plagiarism, and GW settled, and he's now banned from writing books for GW.
Yeah. The thing with plagiarists, which is quite. If you look at the rest of their work, they've probably done it before.
It wasn't that; it was one specific scene.
Yeah. But if they've done it once, I'll guarantee you they've done it before. That won't be the only scene they've plagiarized from, from other books.
Maybe, but that was the only one that got a lawsuit.
Yeah. But,
so he's been.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, really, because he was very good at burning worlds. Like, I think it was. So he wrote 3 books. He wrote Emperor's Mercy, Flesh and Iron, and Blood Gorgons. And they're all sort of tangentially linked to each other. But it is very much they're three technically separate books.
Yeah.
You don't have to read the other books to understand what's going on in the book that you currently read, which is good. I like that for a book series.
Yeah.
Don't know why I'm painting that blue when I'm going to paint it. Not blue, brown when I'm going to paint that metal. Oh well. Excuse me. And yeah, he spends the first chapter of the Emperor's Mercy book describing how this chaos invasion of this system happens, and like the just awfulness of the local planetary defense force response. And that's an entire chapter about how, sort of dramatizing the invasion of this imperial system by the forces of chaos under this warlord. And it was just so well done. Like it wasn't, and then they landed, and then they fought, and now the planet is under the chaos control. Yeah. There was none of that. It was like a genuine. I mean, to be fair, the dude was also an active duty serviceman, so he knew what he was talking about when it comes to invasion, military planning, and whatnot. But yeah, like it was really good, and it's such a shame that he did that. I don't know whether or not he just thought it was cool. I wanted to rephrase it, or whatever. I don't know his motivation behind it. I don't think he's sat down and done any interviews or anything since the lawsuit.
But you wouldn't, would you?
No, you wouldn't, because I mean, even all these, even all these years ago, because Flesh and Iron was released 16 years ago now. So it's been a long old time.
Yeah, no, I mean, no one will hire him anymore. If you get caught plagiarizing, that's your writing career over.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I know, but as I said, he was really, really good at burning worlds.
Just realised
which is a shame.
I didn't need to paint the third gun here. I've only got 2 models to build. Fuck! The third gun was just in case you wanted all 3 of them to have the same guns.
Yeah, well,
How's it going?
what it also is...
Welcome in,
it's,
Queer?
Hello, welcome in.
Creel? Crew.
We are struggling with your name, I apologise.
That's what I'm calling it. I'm pronouncing it Crow because it's roughly Q-R-I-W. How are you doing? Welcome in.
How you doing? Welcome in. I'm very sorry about the butcher of your name there.
Q's always flummox Englishman. Even though we're very good at queuing.
Yeah. Ooh. It's okay if it does. I'm good. Thanks. How are you guys? Yeah, we're pretty good.
I'm good. I'm painting on Sprue like a gentleman. Not like these.
Or heathen, depending on your stance.
Yeah. Completely diametric views.
Yeah.
Okay. What am I doing? Who is having what? Right. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with the black now. I just need some red and then some lead belcher and then some white. I think I'm good to start sticking stuff together.
But yeah,
2 models built.
We're doing alright.
Yeah, we're doing good.
How about yourself? How are you?
It was fine Wednesday. Yet to get into the habit of painting before fully building. Always open the box and turn into Bob the Builder. I go between. This is one I painted after building because I wasn't sure how to build it and I wanted to. Sorry, I'll zoom in a bit so you can actually see what's going on with that. Focus. There we go. Yeah, so I built this one after. Sorry, I built it before painting it on this one. and realised very quickly that my painting on Sprue was probably a better call, because obviously there's bits that I missed, like in there where it's still grey. You don't want to see that. But yeah, bits that are a bit hard to get to.
See, is whereas I do something called subassembly, where I'll build a model up to a certain part and then paint undercoat and paint them.
I like to do that on bigger models, but I can't do it on just troops.
I mean, I've only started doing it on troops because I've got oodles amount of time.
But
If I didn't have the amount of time that I do have, then I would probably do it that way. Or assemble the whole model, then undercoat and paint.
What model is that?
You talking to myself, Cornish, or are you talking to Bula?
Oh, my model is a Stealthsuit, a Tau Stealthsuit. He is the lightest of the mechs. Not really a mech. And Cornish has got his Rogal Dorn.
Yes, I am painting a tank. I say painting. I spent most of the first part of the stream undercoating stuff again, and now I'm on to putting down the base coats.
Do I open the new lead belcher, or do I try and shake up the old one?
Try and shake up the old one. If it's truly gone, then switch it out. If not, keep using it.
Yeah. Here we go.
I can't work out whether or not these straps on these barrels are leather or metal.
That's still alive. That's very much still alive.
Well, there you go.
It's alive! Belch that lead. Shit.
Fuck it. Okay, we'll paint it as if it is, and then I'll make a decision later as to whether or not it's metal or leather.
He looks
It
cool.
looks cool. Yeah, Rogal Dorns are cool. Primarily all my Rogal Dorns with a paint pot of them and brush, and then discovered the spray cans. Oh, I do not envy you. I do not envy you whatsoever. But this is a not a GW Rogal Dorn, shall we say?
He has
This is
pilfered
printed.
it.
I haven't pilfered it. It
Someone
was
else
printed
pilfered
for me as a Christmas present from a friend. So he literally turned up outside my house and went, "Here you go, here's your present." I was like, "Alright, cool." And then I opened it on stream because he gave me explicit instructions not to open it until I was on stream. And it was a Rogal Dorn. And here we are.
Happy days.
Yes. That's that done. Front needs a bit more work.
Looks really good
Okay.
quality. Yeah. It does look quite like a hefty piece of plastic.
Yeah, it is. It is heavy. Like, you could easily... You hit somebody over the head with this, you're going to jail for fucking deadly weapon.
Going to jail for
It is-
fucking...
It is chonky. But yeah, so myself and Bula do this every Wednesday,
We do.
don't we?
Once
Yes.
a week.
Once a week. Unless work decides to put you in the office.
Oh yeah, that's true, yeah.
No it does not. It is solid.
That'll be why
So
it
it
weighs a
doesn't-
ton.
Yeah.
I have a Rogal Dorn set here. I got this at Warhammer World in Nottingham. That comes in many pieces. That's the
Whereas this
official
came
set.
in like... This one came in like 20, if we include all the options for turrets and stuff like that. Whereas the actual Rogal Dorn comes in like 5 million from GW.
You hate the hole underneath yours.
Honestly, some people have made quite a bit of money by literally just, with their 3D printers, by just printing something to cover that hole and selling it to people.
I can believe
I wish
that.
I was joking, but I'm not. It's so dumb. Funny, but dumb.
Yeah.
Because no other vehicle has that. You have 6 Rogal Dorns. Jesus.
Didn't they only release the model, like, last year for Rogal Dorn?
No, it came as a part of the... It came as a part of the 9th edition.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is that because of COVID and whatnot, all the army-specific releases were really, really spread out.
Okay.
I mean, really spread out.
Yeah, because in my mind, the Rogal Dorn's only just come out.
I think it's been referenced a lot, like particularly online, quite a bit. But it's only like in 9th edition, it got a model and everything and all the other shenanigans. Whereas with 10th edition, which is what we're currently on, they've also given them.
Edition.
Yeah. They've given it the option to have a Rogal Dorn tank commander.
I want to be a tank commander, giving up the order for fun.
Yes. So they added, they started adding tank commanders in 8th, I think 7th, 8th and 9th. But the Rogal Dorn has only just got a Rogal Dorn tank commander. Not that it matters, really, it's just for flavour more than anything.
Yes.
But yeah. I'll try and come back to that in a little bit.
Yeah. You only started collecting in October and you've got 6 Rogal Dorns. Do you have a lot of money and would you like to invest in my my non-entity?
Do you want to be built a sugar daddy?
Yes. Please, I need a sugar daddy. I need a sugar daddy to buy me plastic crack.
Yeah, they've been out. They would have been out a little while if you just started in October. Because the thing, I don't think I've told you this, but literally the Guard got their codex for 9th edition.
Yeah.
With the whole Cadia stands box,
Yeah.
because Cadia's no longer exists. Not salty about that. Excuse me.
Who were your first purchases?
Yeah.
All 6 of them.
Fair. Fair. Like, you know, not a bad way to go. I'm assuming it's like 6 with the oppressor cannon and autocannon, and then not 6, sorry, 3 with the autocannon and the oppressor cannon, and then 3 with the double-barreled battle cannons. I'm assuming is how you've modelled them. I could be completely wrong, so please tell me.
I mean, you can't have 6 of the same anymore, can you? You're limited.
You can.
Okay.
Because you can have 3 of any datasheet unless it is battle line, dedicated transport, or epic hero.
Yes. So you can't if you had 6 tanks, they're all the same. That's the same datasheet, isn't it?
But the Rogal Dorn tank commander counts as a different datasheet.
Oh, I see.
So you can have 3 tank commanders in Rogal Dorns, and then 3 Rogal Dorns for them to order around.
You see, he's explained the same thing in chat.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how the bloody game works. I haven't played the game since 4th edition.
Yeah, it's all good. Like, honestly, it was because what drew me back into it was literally because the Imperial Guard got new sculpts for their infantry for the first time since 3rd edition. So I was like, fuck yeah.
You didn't know this when you started, you just liked them. Nice.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, like the Lehman Russ has a special place in my heart.
The Lehman Russ is still the king.
Yeah, like that is the workhorse. But the Rogal Dorn it's just something bigger. Like the Guard needed something. Well, we didn't need something.
It has
the
something.
Guard.
It's the Baneblade.
Yes, but we needed something between that and the Lehman Russ.
No,
and that's what the Rogal Dorn is.
All the time. I want 12 Baneblades.
Octoblade.
I want 3 Baneblades stacked upon each other. A stack of blade.
Do you want to know something really funny?
What's that?
So, Lord Stellan Creed is MIA.
Okay.
like, well, nobody apart from like one person in the 40k universe, knows where the Lord Castellan is. The only person who does is a Necron Lord called Trazen the Infinite.
Oh, I think I've heard about this, yes.
Yes, he's the collector guy.
Yeah. I believe that is my friend Badger's favourite named character in the Warhammer universe.
Oh yeah, he's basically just fucking Ash Ketchum. Because he just collects every...
Gotta catch 'em all!
Yeah, quite literally. And he did that with Creed. Lord Castellan Creed. Lord Castellan Creed, because GW needed to sell miniatures, has a daughter who now also has the title of Lord Castellan Creed.
Creedette.
Yeah. No, so the original Creed is Lord Commissar Ursula E. Creed. His daughter is Ursula E. Creed. Really imaginative naming, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Creed, the OG Creed, used to have a special rule. And that special rule was he could give... It was originally 3 units, and then it became 1 unit, and then it became none. The Scout special rule. So you could give a Baneblade Scout.
Nice.
Which was super funny.
I'm going scouting! Boom!
Yeah. Like, it was genuinely... And the Octoblade that I mentioned is... the standard Baneblade kit comes with enough weapon options to make one of the Baneblade and 7 other variants. So if you magnetize them in just the right way, you can field almost any one of the 8 variants that you want at any one time.
Nice.
Without having to buy a whole new Baneblade kit. Which is pretty sexy.
Actually. That sounds good.
If you don't mind me saying so.
I don't.
But yeah, like, OG Creed was incredible.
Creed doesn't have a Baneblade yet. Me neither. I nearly bought one, but then I talked myself down to a Rogal Dorn.
So rather than spend, 110 quid, you spent 65.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was also between getting myself a Storm Surge. That was also an option, but that was also like 120 quid. You got the ads?
Yeah, ads on my channel. Got an ad break on.
My ad break went about 8 minutes ago.
I wish we could get them to sync properly. That'd be amazing.
I think the only way we can do that is if we literally go 3, 2, 1, start. Which we might want to do next week.
Yeah. We'll give that a go, see how we get on.
Alright. Oh. I'm nearly at the point where I can start sticking stuff together. So I've done the metal bits. I've got a bit more black to do.
Close those tabs. There is something I do want to try with a plastic Baneblade kit.
Okay.
So, as I'm sure you probably heard, or you might have seen or heard from me talking about it, I'm a really big fan of Allied tanks in World War II. I think they were some of the best tanks that were ever made, and I think the fucking hard-on that the internet has for the German and the Russian tanks needs to fucking die.
Okay.
They need to be blue-balled, because everyone's like, oh, Soviet T-34, the great tank. No, it wasn't. It was great because they could make them cheap. That was the only good defining feature, to begin with. I will admit they got better as time went on, but the initial T-34... Not the T-34-85 or 57 or whatever. The standard T-34 was god fucking awful. The Russians knew it, Germans knew it, the Allies knew it, historians knew it, but goons on the internet don't.
Goons on the internet know very little. It's fine.
Or it's more like playing games like Thunder and stuff like that. Like, there are moments where it's like, I'm playing a Sherman Firefly and I cannot pen the front of a T-34 with a gun that was designed to kill tigers. Are you shitting me?
Oh, is that because the developers have got the hard on for them?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's why I refuse to play anything made by Wargaming. Because I got fed up with the Russian bullshit when it comes to factions. Nearly finished one Intercessor. Nice! Ooh! If you're doing Intercessor, Space Marines, what chapter are you doing for your Space Marines, good sir? I'm also assuming, sir, because you haven't told me otherwise. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
How dare you misgender our guests? I leave it loosey-goosey and just call them they.
Look at you, you fucking liberal. I jest. I am very heavily left-wing.
Oh,
well.
I'm glad you weren't here about half an hour ago.
Ultramarines, nice!
I'm glad he wasn't. They weren't here half an hour ago.
And yes, I am, sir. Okay. I assume everybody is until I'm told otherwise. I know that's probably not the best policy to have.
Let's be honest, it's Twitch and they're watching a Warhammer painting stream.
Hey, you'll never know.
The likelihood is good that you were correct.
I mean, yeah, but you never know. Like, I, for one, fully support women having a hobby. I think it's great.
Oh, absolutely, but, you know, they do not support them having the hobby because they don't like it. Like, I talk about my Warhammer to Mrs. Bula and eyes glaze over. So
She's getting involved. Has she ever tried to build something?
No.
Or paint something?
No.
Like, get her trying it.
The only thing she likes to paint is her nails.
Right. Yeah, Ultramarines, good solid choice.
Boring.
Shush it. To be fair, like, I was honestly
Fisty boys.
really stuck between Ultramarines.
Let me make that light a little bit less aggressive. And a bit warmer. There you go. A little bit better. I've got a pupil on him. I need a toothpick for him. For the pupils. Yeah. He's a bit dusty.
Ultramarines are my second army. I've Gutterman and Calgar on my list. Nice.
I have a very old Marnios Calgar model upstairs. It is very old. It was made of metal, I believe.
Oh, that is old.
Yeah, it was him in the sort of gun pose, with his hands above his arms, above his head, or shooting away with his power fists with the storm bolters.
Nice.
And he's heavy. He's a heavy boy. Right, what am I doing? I need to get organised, otherwise I'm never going to get this done. Do I need any more black? I think I do. I need white more than anything else. And red. Did I make the cock area red and white? Yes, I did. Okay, bit of red. Weirdly, I'm going for white last. I used to do that first. Fine, don't worry about it. There's a very tremendously large red blob. I don't need that much paint, but got it. Okay, I'll do the back end of this where just get rid of some paint off the brush. Don't fanny about. You're still learning how to play, but getting there. Keep throwing yourself into 2K one-day tournaments and getting abused. Oh man. You don't need to do a tournament to play. You need to find a couple of people who are interested in playing.
Like me and my friend group, we just do narrative stuff and play with rule at school. We don't follow tournament. Like, we still use like the objectives and stuff like that. Like the objective system that's in tournaments. That's only because it's just so easy to use, more than anything. But yeah, like other than that, we just play with what we feel.
Oh my god! My D&D group, 3/4 of us have Warhammer armies, and the one person who doesn't have a Warhammer army is not able to do the D&D night. I'm wondering whether I should suggest to the group that this weekend we bring like a small force and we have a go. Maybe a three-way battle. Oh my god.
Through-abouts tend to get a bit messy.
I mean, we could have a two-way battle and a judge. I don't know.
Yeah, or have two people on one side. Like, if you want to get him involved and he wants to learn, then have him be like second in command of one side.
I mean, to be fair, I need to relearn the rules myself because I haven't played since 4th edition.
Yeah.
It's going to be a struggle for me, I reckon. You like narrative? You've played one narrative game. It was all versus all, 4-way. You Gilliman charged a Knight Castilian with full wounds and destroyed it. Nice. You see, I don't know. I don't know how they'd take it. Plus, I don't know how long games are these days, especially. I mean, I know that a 2K game can take a fucking game all day, but thinking like 500 points per army.
Yeah, 500 per side for like an intro game, or in your case, like a relearning game is pretty good. That's a pretty good size. That's about the size a combat patrol should be, but they're not. Mainly looking at the guard one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I might suggest it to them and see what they think. Because it like whenever like one of us can't do the D&D, it's just like, oh well, I guess we're not doing it this week then. I'm thinking if the one guy who doesn't have an army can't do D&D night, let's just bring models and drink beers and roll some dice.
Beer and pretzels. Beer and pretzels. In my opinion, the best way to experience Warhammer. Beer and pretzels. That's how my group does their games. We're like, want a game? Sure. Like, does it fit what narrative we're going for? Something, somewhere, some world, something, heretics, yada yada yada. And we're like, alright, cool, see you tomorrow at like 10 and we'll get the table set up and get started.
Yeah.
The other thing as well is that I know with tournament plays a lot faster, even at like 2,000 points, because you need to get like 2 or 3 games in a day during a tournament.
Yeah.
But narrative, you can just take as long as you want, or not take as long as you want.
Yeah, because we're roughly, we turn up at like 7:30, get started by 8, finish by 11, so it's like 3 hours ish.
I think we played one game, which was 5 turns, 5 turns, 4,000 points aside, but it was a 2v2, so 2 players on each team, each with 2,000 points. And I think we started at about 11 after sort of, because we talk about the terrain, like we've used a lot of like the cityscapes, so let's go for something a bit more like either industrial or residential as opposed to sort of generic.
Yeah.
So we'll sit there and sort of talk the terrain through for a little bit and then get set up and other stuff. So we take our time with it, and it's fine because we're like, well, we got all day, so there's no rush.
Yeah. I've got some.
But yeah, but I think 500 points if you're, as you said, like for you relearning it or just getting into it is a good place to start. And sort of work your way up from there.
Yeah, especially because we'll only probably have like 3 hours, 3.5 hours max, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
500 points. That'll be the battle will be over in a few turns.
Yeah. Or look at something more skirmish, like Kill Team or something.
I know that.
I remember Kill Team being in the back of the fucking 4th edition book, rule book.
Man, I remember buying the Kill Team game on Xbox Live.
Oh yeah.
That's actually they've released that on Steam now, but they didn't add online co-op. But Steam have fixed it with the sort of remote play that you can do.
Yeah.
Where you can remote in and like be like a couch co-op.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can actually you can actually play that multiplayer now on PC, which is good. It's a really good game. I liked it. The first game took nearly 6 hours. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. What?
There has been an update to the Long Dark.
Oh, has there now?
Yes.
Read them patch notes.
A lot. It's a lot. I bear in mind that the last update was like just before Christmas.
Okay.
So yeah.
Maybe
And that patch note was basically, here is a really big problematic thing. We've now fixed it.
Excellent. TV on that this week then?
Oh well, I stream it at the moment on Fridays.
Yes.
Yes. It again, mostly bug fixes. I'm sort of waiting for them to release the last chapter of the story mode, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, Icy Vines, how's it going? Welcome in.
Welcome in.
I was about to Google a thing. What was I about to Google?
Don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I remember now.
Right. I think I'm washing my brush, so I'm being confident in this. I think that's all of the red I need to do.
Oh. Huh.
The brush is getting cleaned. Should have got myself a bloody tissue, another piece of kitchen roll. When I went to get myself a cup of tea, because the 2 bits of kitchen roll I brought are now saturated.
Yeah, it's sort of the
Cheap kitchen roll. Never do it, ladies and gentlemen. Never do it. How's it going this fine day? I hope you are doing well. Okay.
Okay, you need a big old.
How
Big old
long
blob.
should a paintbrush last? Depends how you look after it.
Yeah.
I have some brushes here that I've had since I was a kid. Let me see if I can find some of them. This one. I've had this one since I was a kid. It came in a watercolor set. And I use it for like just basic layering. But yeah, you just need to keep washing it. Wash it more than you think you need to. These things are really useful. These are the synthetic brushes. Some people hate them, some people love them. I tend to enjoy them. I know that some people don't like them, but these are really useful for me because you don't have to watch too much how much paint you put on them. They'll never release more than you need. Spent some time with your dad and enjoyed dinner with him. Nice, excellent. Had a good day. Same to you. Yes, I am having a wonderful time right now, just chilling. On what you use it for.
I'm also not the person to ask about paint control or brush control because I am awful. I'm on my third almost complete set of brushes since I started about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I throw.
But I also have to have the caveat of I have a lot more time to paint.
This is true. Oh yeah.
So
I paint once a week, if at all. Like for me, painting is I can't do it solo. You know what I mean? If I will get very bored very quickly if I am sat here on my own trying to paint. And it doesn't work. The brushes we use at the pottery studio for wax last only like 2 months. Yeah, I mean, you're brushing wax on, so people are annoying and forget to rinse them. Anger. You're heading down to Hobbycraft every Thursday for brushes. How often?
that's
That's
bad.
too much. Wash your brushes. Thin your paints. Are you thinning your paints? If the answer is no, thin your paints. Damn it! You must always thin your paints.
Duncan Rhodes didn't make a YouTube channel within his own paint company for you to not thin your paints. Yeah, he's left UW. He's got his own paint company.
Oh man.
Yeah, called Two Thin Coats.
You dip into the pot. No. Have one of these. This is a piece of like cardboard. It was a shiny cardboard. It's a box that came with a set of beers that I got for Christmas one year. It's a lid from one of them. You don't need a wet palette necessarily. Just get anything that's shiny, and the paint doesn't stick to.
Or laminate.
Yeah, just laminated piece of paper or whatever. Blob on the thing. That'll be why you're going through your brushes so quickly, because you've got they're basically full of dried paint at the moment. You can probably rescue them just by dipping them in turps for a bit. And then washing them properly. And always get a blob of water and mix that in with your blob on the palette. It will save you an inordinate amount of money. See, this is why I Sprue paint. There's like a whole load of detail that I missed on the model that I glued first and painted later, that I just haven't even gotten. I've not even managed to get any detail on the model. I didn't even notice it was there. Bloody strap around the shoulder.
I don't know, man. I feel like this is just, you trying to justify painting on the sprue here. Oh, shit. Oh, I paid for my hubris.
Haha! No, I do like painting on the sprue just because even though you don't get the immediate this is what the model's going to look like, this is cool, you miss that, but at the same time when you do put it together you're like, oh yeah, that looks fucking good, because it's pretty much done at that point.
How do you limit the amount of glue that gets spread around that? I know you use super glue.
I do use super glue, yes.
As opposed to plastic glue.
Yes. If plastic glue is a pain in the arse, and it just melts plastic together.
That's sort of what it's designed to do. That's how it keeps models together.
Yeah, but like, I don't like the effect that you get when you use plastic glue. I prefer the sort of slightly invisibleness of super glue. Also, the plastic glue can take fucking forever to dry. Super glue's instant.
Oh, plastic glue really doesn't take that much to dry, honestly.
Oh, it used to.
Yeah, not anymore. No, it's so I use four types of glue. I've got plastic glue, super glue, Tamiya's extra thin cement, and PVA glue.
PVA for the bases, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Carry on.
No, to glue the model. For the bases.
A weird choice.
I know. I'm a heathen, but not that. Even I have a line. Yeah. So, from quickest to slowest in terms of drying, for me, it goes Tamiya, plastic glue, super glue, and then a very distant fourth place is PVA glue.
I feel like I'm being trolled. The comment in chat. No one can be using that. No.
What? Kitchen scissors?
Plastic glue is frequently methylethylene ketone, which evaporates fast. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Trust me, this dries quicker. I have had bits of models that I've been sub-assembling together. I've applied this, gone to glue it onto the model, and then it's already dry. Tamiya's is super quick.
You may argue that's too fast. No joke.
The Tamiya is cash money.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Tamiya's is really good.
But
I've got it to put together my my little Vietnam era gun truck for my guard, which I need to finish.
However, it won't work for me because I paint before I glue.
Oh no! So this, the bits that I kept apart, like for example the arms and all the dudes, and the majority of this, like when I sub-assembly, I don't I've assembled like the whole weapon system and then I've painted it. No, I assembled the chassis, so the wheeled base, the two arms here, and the computer. That was one piece. The gun shield was the second piece. These two were separate. The thing that holds them onto the chassis was separate. This bit here was also separate.
Okay.
So I assemble, when it comes to big models like this, I assemble them in stages.
Yeah.
Then paint them, and then put them together. I put this together with Tamiya's.
Okay.
Well, mostly.
Yeah. So it does work. It's just
Yeah. But only because I found that Tamiya's interferes less with paint that's already on the model compared to plastic glue.
Okay.
But yeah, that model is assembled after painting with Tamiya's. Tamiya's is cash money.
Okay.
It's super cheap, and it's just really, really good.
All right. Well, I have been told. Your dog needs food. No worries.
I would say I would say you've been recommended, not been told, because told implies that I yelled at you. I don't like yelling at people.
Oh. I have been yelled at.
No, you haven't. God damn it.
He said yellingly.
Yeah, well, let me breast boobly down the stairs, alright? Shut up.
Oh dear me. Sometimes the Bula needs yelling at. It's fine.
That's fine, but I'm also not Mrs. Bula. That's not my job.
Oh, right. What the fudge, and I mean fudge, am I doing? Tell you what I'm doing.
I would like to quote the first Sonic movie of, I have no idea.
I've not seen any of the Sonic movies.
First one was good, second one felt a bit weird. Haven't seen the latest one.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm so glad that the internet decided to collectively bully Sony into changing their design of Sonic because the original one was so awful.
Yeah. Can confirm.
God, it was like a fursuit gone wrong, that first one.
Indeed. Oh fuck. I forgot the main bit of black that I needed to do. Let's get that done then. Not much, so it won't take much paint at all. Just the little knob where the torso meets the legs. Pants, technically. Cloth is black. On the
Oh my god, the Tau really are heretics. They have pants.
They do. They wear pants under their armor. It's how they.
And at risk of the best, I think it's clear mankind deserved an ugly Sonic.
It's how I wish they would like release like a version of that film with the original Sonic left in.
Somebody's probably made a pretty that.
That would be funny. Like have it as an option on the DVD.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Yeah, they.
Yes, the version that Sony wanted to release and the one they ended up releasing because the internet bullied them.
Yeah. Yes, the Tau have to wear the pants. It's how they cover their camel toe. Because they have camel feet. They have camel toes.
Yeah. Not deigning that with a response.
Oh, dear me. Right. What else do I need? I need Steel Legion Drab. For the leather, I need gold. So we need the Balthazar. Where's that gone? It's somewhere. There it is. Balthazar. And I need a white. That's the white scar right there. I got a fresh one.
I love how after all these years, GW still can't get white right for painting.
I mean, it's fine. The white scar's fine. It'll do.
Yours might be, mine isn't.
I mean, it's lumpy as
Well, it looks like
fuck.
something the dog threw up.
It's lumpy as fuck, but, you know, it goes on the model and it makes it white. So, what else do you want from it?
For it to not be shit.
Well, you're asking too much.
Yeah, I know. Should temper my sense of expectation, shouldn't I?
Yeah, stop bullying GW by expecting them to do things that aren't shit.
No, they deserve to be bullied. So one of the Discords I'm in, because I watch semi-regularly some other people who do painting stuff.
We've got chat in chat. Let me you carry on with that in a second. You must respond to the chat. In light of recent events, you think it's clear that mankind deserved the ugly Sonic. AP white seems preferable every time. Is that the one
Army
you're
Painter.
using?
No. That is Army Painter. That Gruben is referring to.
Okay. I know one of my friends...
Army Painter's pretty good.
Yeah, one of my friends uses Army Painter paint. That's the stuff that comes in the tall pots, isn't it?
Yes, the dropper balls.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on. What were you saying?
What was I saying about what?
So you were making a point about something and I've forgotten. I had to interrupt you for the chat. Oh my god.
I've forgotten what the point I was on about was.
Oh no.
Shit.
Oh, balls.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Chat, remember what you chat?
Oh shit, I need to clip that off. I think that's a printing error. Off you fucking go.
As a member of the odds, this member of the chat cannot remember 11 seconds ago. Ah, yes, fellow Longbeard, I see. Oh man, I really wanted to make a fucking dwarf army fantasy. I really did.
Well, if you want to go old world, you can still.
Not for those made to order prices, I won't. Oh yeah, I was building GW. I think that's what I was doing. Yeah, I will bully GW for making dumb business. And that is one of them.
Yeah. Age of Smegma.
Well, no, the white paint issue.
Oh yeah. But also Age of Smegma. That was a terrible
Yeah, it is. Let's have space. Let's have Warhammer 40k, but magic instead of science. No,
I think that's
I
better.
don't want to. You're not gonna lie, I was a little bit. I seem to have an uncanny ability of doing certain projects at the absolute wrong time. So I bought my. So I originally settled with dwarves.
Yeah.
I was sort of really torn between dwarves and Empire to do fantasy with.
Oh.
And I eventually settled on Empire. Just to buy like 2 army boxes and the army book and the Warhammer Fantasy rulebook. And then like 4 months later, Old World disappeared and Age of Sigmar got released. So come round, like 10, 11 years later, I start getting back into Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've got a bunch of Empire stuff just sitting around not doing anything. Fuck it. I will make the equivalent of a combat patrol while spending as little money as possible. I still ended up spending about 60 quid. But that's only because I had nothing to excuse me, to facsimile what was at the time 2 parts of the combat patrol, the field ordnance battery and the sentinel. Mm-hmm. I had nothing that I could kit bash, convert, etc. into that. So I did end up having to buy a couple of things from the Age of Sigmar line in order to cover that. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
Which has led me. But you know what? I'm like, alright, that's fine. I made 2 squads of 10 infantry. I made a command squad. I made half of a field ordnance battery. And a 10-man unit of cavalry. And I still have loads of Empire stuff to spare. Which I could then go back and convert. Because I've got more bits.
Yeah.
From all the sprues. So I can easily go back and go, cool, I'm going to make more Feudal World Guardsmen. Because I can. And I've got more than enough time to do it. And I also really like the fact that I painted like Cadian colours as well. So like their armour and weapons are like green and their fatigues are like cloth. Like Cadia.
Yeah. That's
which I think is kind of funny. Oh, that reminds me, we've got new people in chat. I haven't shown this off on co-op streams, have I? About to see something truly special, chat.
Truly special.
Yeah, mainly because I need a break from painting because my hands are starting to hurt.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'll probably call it in like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Right, who's pinging me? Nobody. Okay. I'll be back in just a second.
Okay. I was just going to try to go and grab something special for you lot, you lucky devils. I'm just going to keep painting in this sprue. I reckon I'll get to paint to doing the sprue properly. Probably next stream. I'll start sticking stuff together by that point, I might actually have some null oil. For anyone who wasn't here at the start of chat, last time we streamed, I spilled my entire pot of null oil. It made a mess. It was bad.
Oh, and I'm back.
Here we go. He's back. Let me put it back to. I'll put you on full screen, Cornish, so you can show the ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So this is my Feudal World Sentinel, which is a kit bash of. I don't remember what this winged skull's from, but fuck it, it looks good.
Mm.
So yeah, this is the Ogar Warhulk, complete with a scratch-built prosthetic leg.
Nice.
I hand-built from a broken Sentinel. Thank you. And then I got lasgun there, tied sort of haphazardly. So you can't really see it all that much, but there is some autocannon ammunition strapped to the back of the turret of the shield. Do you cover the whole model with no oil to wash it off? I didn't. I don't really do that.
I do.
I know Bula does, but I don't. This is actually autocannons from a Turox kit. The person in the crow's nest is sort of a kit bash of Acadian Command Squad, old infantry with the old style Vox backpack and some of the new Cadian stuff. But yeah, that's my Feudal World Sentinel.
Nice.
I only ever run it as a Scout Sentinel, but that is my Feudal World Sentinel. So this is one half of the Field Ordnance Battery. I still need to make the crew because I wasn't happy with what I originally modelled, so I've got a box of what are they? Free Guild Steel Helms to sort of kit bash, convert, make into appropriate crew for this one. But this is a heavy las cannon, modelled with originally an Empire Great Cannon, which I then took the barrel of it off and put in the heavy las cannon instead. Yeah, I mean it works. Like I even propped up the back of it with sprues that I just cut to size. And this is the other half of the Field Ordnance Battery, complete with crew.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not read into this, but I love how your wood looks. Whoa.
So what I did, the recipe for it was I started with Mournfang. This one.
Yes.
Trying to tilt it, see, I know it's backwards, but started with that. I then dry brushed Zandri against the grain, and then gave it a wash of Agrax. That's it.
It is very rich looking wood, I like it.
Yeah, it took a long time. There's actual string there as well, across this bit here.
Oh yeah, actual string, nice.
Yeah, actual string, because the original cannon had chains sculpted onto it.
Yeah.
And so does the frame where it's supposed to sit.
Oh,
so about here and here, there's supposed to be where the actual cannon is supposed to be. There's supposed to be some chains over the top.
Yeah.
Or rope or whatever. But trying to separate that from the original cannon and then incorporate that into a las cannon or a heavy las cannon was just impossible. I tried.
Yeah.
So I just got some string and sort of just glued it over. What I really should have done is soaked the string in PVA glue, molded it to the shape I needed it to be, and then let it dry. Would have been so much easier to paint.
Yeah.
Because
I'm assuming that soaked up all of the paint.
All of the paint. It took so long to paint the string. Paint the string.
Oh mate.
Like even undercoating it was a pain in the ass.
I thought fine cast was a pain in the ass.
But yeah, so yeah, like again, you can see like new guard head, guard arm holding with slung lasgun.
Lovely stuff.
What she's holding, like this book and this sextant, is from the Ironworld Great Cannon kit. Same with the chassis, the gun shield. Heavy las cannon comes from the kit, the heavy spares that I've got. So yeah,
Nice.
this dude is a combination of Katachan and Cadian upgrade Sprue. The dude with the spanner. And this dude had to do a little bit of careful sculpting, so he was holding his lunchbox, quite literally a lunchbox. But that little box and that head is from the Cadian upgrade Sprue, and everything else about this dude in particular is from the thing.
Nice. Sorry, my dog
kit.
just was kicking off on another dog there. I just had to dispense some justice for a second there.
Yeah. Everything alright?
Yeah, it's fine. I think Bear was just kicking off at Luke because he was in his area a bit too much. But yeah.
Bear, leave them alone, please. I'm not going to have this.
Working on a Bumblebee guard army.
Oh,
Do you have like an Instagram link or something for that?
Painted gold on the mic. No, I don't even need that much gold. You know what I have seen on I think it was on TikTok that I saw it. So, but I've seen Tau models getting painted. In fact, I think it's the same creator. So I saw a Tau Ghost Keel painted in like Barbie colours.
Oh, was this Girly Pop?
Potentially. And
Yeah, I think I've seen that before. It looks great.
and somewhat, and I think it was the same creator. She made some Powerpuff Girl Marines, Space Marines, and they look horrific. But also, it's like impressive though. It's really well painted, but my god, I hate it. Oh man, so a Bumblebee Guard army. Is that like, are we talking like yellow and black?
I think so.
Yeah, so I think there is a sub-legion of the Imperial Fist that have that colouring. Well, there's close enough for a Bumblebee, isn't it? Oh, no. There you go. Get rid of the red and make it black.
Or if you want to, you can join Bula's Discord with the Paint Club.
Oh, hang on, I've got your camera on still. There you go. Wow. I'm a yellow marine. Yeah, I'll try again. I have a Discord. I can put the Discord link in my chat, I believe, and it will come to yours.
Like from the Transformers, okay.
But it's still yellow, really. Anyway, there's my Discord link. If you want to go and join it, you can share your wonderful creations with us directly. Cornish is in there, and you'll see us posting various bits. So, are you wanting to call it then? At this point,
I am. I'm spending more and more time just sat chatting and not painting, so I think it's probably best to sort of nail it on the head for today.
My Sprue painting is complete. So, let's go to Cornish first. Would you like to show the ladies and gentlemen your progress?
Oh, hang on, I'm in the process of fucking around with my latex glove. You go first.
Oh, okay.
Because this is what my hand looks like at the moment. Give me a second.
Latex gloving. You're de-gloving yourself.
I'm trying to, and it's not going very well. Give me a second.
Yeah, so I have painted on the Sprue like a gentleman and a scholar. This will all get stuck together next week. All the bits that I need to stick together. There are a few bits that are going to get left behind. Like, I think it's these, basically. The antennas, I'll choose whatever I want to put on later. Just like, it's just the bits and pieces that get added separately. I think it literally is the antennas that I'm looking at it now. So I'm pretty sure that is a drone. And I'm pretty sure that this extra piece is also for drone. Although I could be wrong.
Possibly. It might also be for the drone controller.
Maybe. It could be for the commander.
Maybe.
And I might have the wrong thing on the commander, to be honest. But never mind. Life is fine. And life is good. And I've sprue painted. And it's going to be a case of gluing it, null noiling it, and then, yeah, life will be good. Show us your progress, Mr. Knight.
Sure. So, the first part of the stream I did a lot of undercoating because I ran out of spray primer. But I have been steadily building up the red on the Rogal Dorn.
Nice. It's coming along.
So I like to do, yeah, I like to do just because one is such a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's going to take so long. I want to get the red out of the way and done with, and then I'll go back in and do the details.
Yeah.
I think I have a plan for the headlights.
Okay.
I think I'm going to bring them from grey, from red to grey, to using that white ink dropped earlier, this stuff.
Yes.
And then doing a bit of a mix of Imperial Fist contrast, which you can't see because it's fucking bright.
Yeah.
Along with a mix of Imperial Fist and Magmadroth Flame to see if I can get that kind of like... Remember those old headlights you used to see on cars that were a bit yellow?
Yeah.
Try and get that effect.
Nice. Nice.
At least on the front.
Well,
and then I'll probably do more of a red wash for the ones at the back.
Sounds like a plan.
But, yes.
Right.
Long way to go.
Yeah.
And I only ever paint this tank on stream, so that's whatever progress we see here today was what I'll be starting with on Wednesday.
Nice.
Next week.
So, I'm gonna go and have a look at the Discord. Would you like to stay with us to do that, or would you?
Yeah, can do.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to change my virtual cam.
Ow.
I'll change my virtual cam to the Discord so that you can see that there. Gotcha. Right. Okay. Ah! Look at that. It's weird. It's all very weird. Right. Need to unfull screen this.
I love how like the tank is on the left and the right, then the left and the right, and the left and the right.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to my Discord and we're going to the Paint Club to see what it is, what people have done. These fine peeps. So I'm excited about this one because I remember this model from back in day. It's OG Beaky Boy.
World Trader Beaky Boy, isn't it?
It might be. I don't know. Anyway, War Badger has painted a very old school Beaky Boy. Look at that. You can tell it's been hand painted, the Ultramarine symbol, but he's not done a bad job of that at all. There you go. What have we got? So Snoo has done this evil motherfucker right here. Look at that.
Chaos Space Marine Havoc.
Yes. That was.
I love how I love the propensity of Chaos Space Marine putting fucking spiky bits on things that don't need it. Like it's an auto cannon. You're not going to be up close and personal with it, but we're going to put a bayonet on it just in case.
I mean, in many ways, they're making it more orky.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that was in response to Badger posting these speeders, these bikers. And they're looking alright, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Very curious to see what he's going to do for the rest of the bike. Because if he's got red for like the dudes and the back, I'm curious to see what the front's going to be look like.
Yeah. Okay, so our friend Monkey King, fantastic painter, and the bases are fantastic here, has done this squad of dudes. This is just friggin' believable work. That white there is definitely not definitely not Citadel paint.
Nah.
He's used like hilarious amounts of restraint on the Nuln there for me. I could not.
Well, so go on.
I couldn't resist it. I would put Nuln everywhere there, and then paint over the highlights.
chances are, what they've probably done is that they have given it a wash of some description, and then dry brush back up again.
Always jelly of talented painters. You just vomit some paint on a robot and walk away. That is my usual MO as well. I do like.
Hey man,
I would have liked to see some blood on either one side, because he's wiping it. But yeah, it's all good. How's it going, Ruben?
To be fair, that's honestly kind of something that's not that hard to do. Either just do a little bit of a red wash on one side,
yeah,
or I've seen some people, mainly when it comes to like Tyranid models, have done like they've got like this like a hot glue gun effectively.
Oh yeah.
And made strands going from place to place, and then waited for it to dry, so it looks like gore is still dripping off like all the claws and stuff. That might be something you could. Was that Monkey King that did the Templars?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be something that they could consider. I'm gonna fucking snooze the ad break. Fuck off.
Look at that! Look at that lad there! Look at that lad there!
More havocs.
Indeed. Right, if I can snooze my advert break, I will. I don't think I can. Anyway, here we go. The Badger with a whatever the fly is called.
Valkyrie or Vulture.
Yeah, he's got the smiley sharky face. Lovely stuff. And yeah, that was the last time I painted. But there's a Skaven. Man thing. And this is the last thing I painted on stream here, the Ghost Keel. Not perfect by any means, but not. I think I did all right with this.
But you're happy with it, and that's the main thing.
Exactly. There you go. So.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I got yelled at by the official GW Twitter for posting that one half of the field battery.
Oh no! Why?
The one with the one with the string on it. Not in a you know, stop posting this. This is awful kind of way. It was during like one of their Skaven events, and I posted the field ordnance battery, or the one half of it, the one with the that was an Iron World Great Cannon. And it was just like, looks like Skaven tech. Give back. I'm like, no, mine.
Oh,
mine, motherfucker.
Right, I think that's all for today, for this fine week, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Cornish, for joining us. And
no worries.
Yeah, I'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm not in work, so I'll definitely be available. So yeah, see you then.
Oh, nice. See you then. Cheerio.
Bye-bye. Right, and you fine lot, you lovely lot. I think Paint Club has been successful. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us. If you did enjoy what you see here, do hit the follow button. On YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button. All 111 plus episodes of Paint Club with Badger and everyone. How many people have we had on now? About 5, 6? I don't know. Anyway, yes. Sorry. Bear is really desperate to go outside to go for a wee, so I'm going to be quick with this now. You can join our Discord and you can post your pictures of wonderful Warhammer in there. I have a Bandcamp. I've got a SoundCloud. Come into the Discord, say hello. I'm also on Blue Sky. And yeah, fantastic. Love you all. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra. Oh, I can't turn my camera off with my button. Ta-ra all. Thanks, Bear.